Yo, what's up, man? Happy to see you here, bro. I just gonna make sure I have everything set up right, and then we'll get things going. I no face cam today. Just gonna be knocking out some stuff. Got a takeover to do, and then I might be doing some Hydra runs. Not sure, but let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, for the most part, I'm feeling better. It's certainly been a been a rough little time, but hoping that everything's gonna be good. Currently waiting to see if I got a different job that I'm at now. So, I know I may or may not have to go to work tomorrow. I guess we'll see. That's kind of a weird position to be on, but you know, I will just trying to figure some stuff out. Until then, we're gonna have some fun doing some takeovers. Yeah, so Donnie and Raph maybe necessary. I'm not sure. Go ahead and claim this. Let's see what we got here. So we need to focus Hydra and Chimera. I'm thinking, how many teams can we get realistically? Oh, awesome. Thank you for the space, dude. Holy, I love when the space is left for me. Alright, so I guess we should look at the gear before we look at the teams, because that can really help decide what we're doing. If we're doing a trended team, we have to have some really good gear. And if we don't have really good gear, then a trended team just isn't going to happen. With this account being so early on, I mean, I'm not assuming there is going to be gear for a trended team, but you know, some people just get super lucky at the rip. Wow, that's an incredible piece for Leonardo. Wow. I mean, that's amazing. But oh, speaking of, I need to get mine running. I missed a couple days of lethal, sadly. Okay. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to get a trended team going. There's not quite the gear for that, so we're gonna leave that for another time. But we might be able to make something awesome happen with might be able to make something awesome happen with Leonardo. That He-Man build helped me a lot. Hey, that's awesome, bro. I love to hear that. Absolutely love to hear that. Okay, so do we have Wixwell? I didn't see. I assume not, because Wixwell is just an incredible champion, and if he did have him, he would be up near the top. I will just... Oh, there, he's right there. I'm just blind. For some reason, I keep skipping over Wixwell on every account. Okay. Uh, yo, what's up, man? Glad you could join into the stream. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't been live or posted anything for the past few days, just been feeling really crappy. But I'm happy to be back at it. Getting a really fun takeover done. This is an earlier game account, but we're looking to make some big improvements. No face cam today because I've been sick, but I wanted to be able to stream this one. Was thinking it could be real fun. So Fighty, we'd have to be using him in Relentless, but he would be incredible. He's not booked though. Now, if there is extra books, I would love to book him. Holy, holy shit. Okay, cool. There's certainly some books on this account. That is fantastic. My lord. Got a few books laying around. Alright, so we need one more book. Yeah, we'd prefer it going to yeah, we need the A3. I don't think books are gonna be a problem. Okay, now I guess we should be seeing who else is and isn't booked. Oh, Donatello. We need him. So we're gonna summon him. I did make sure that it was okay. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Gonna make sure we pick up Donnie because he will be incredibly important for some teams later on. So we're gonna go ahead, get him in here. Fabian also, if we do end up doing anything in Arena, but he didn't ask for Arena. So we're just gonna focus on the PvE content for now, as I don't want to put too many resources into anything that he's not incredibly focused on. So let's go ahead, get ourselves a 6-star gun here. One big thing is that when you're not focused on a champion chase, try to avoid using champions that because you end up getting a lot more points during champion chases with champions. Is it actually a champion chase? I didn't think it was. How will Donatello and Heidi? No, okay. So we're not using them in the same team. They don't work together. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I don't know when do I tend to do live streams on Sundays or Saturdays? I think I tend to do them on Saturdays, so and a lot of people are only off work on Sundays, so maybe I need to start doing some more on Sundays. Happy to see you here though. No, so when it comes to Donatello, we're not going to be using him with Fighty. We're going to be using him in a separate team with Leonardo. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using so we're basically doing a Trunda team, but a little bit different. So we're going to be doing a Fina and a Leonardo team. Leonardo, Donatello, Fina. So we're just going to be resetting Leonardo so he can just do crazy amounts of damage over and over and over. And the biggest thing with this is that we're not focused on getting all of these turtles. If we can get 2, it would be nice. So we're actually going to bring Mikey in here as well. But we're not going to be too focused on anything else. As long as we're bringing in 2 turtles, we're going to be doing great. Wait, did we get Mikey? I swear I'm just going to be missing him again. I'm just blind. There he is. Okay. So as long as we have 2 turtles, we do get all that we need out of Leonardo, because as long as we get this, damage dealt is improved, and Mikey actually really helps with him having this debuff spread, and this will allow us to have a really, really fun and unique team that not really anybody else is using. Something we could do is a Yumeko, I believe. No, I could be wrong. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was thinking I was wrong as soon as I said that. So one of the biggest questions I have for this main team is, are we gonna bring in Fighty or are we gonna bring in Yumiko in a Nia so we can just have that perma reset, which could be a lot better. Yeah, that might actually be significantly better. And this team, we're actually going to bring in Riho in here, because then we have the debuff spread on all of these debuffs. The only thing we're going to be missing is the block buffs, I believe, is all we're really missing in this team at this point. Besides, we need block buffs and a provoke. So we're gonna worry about that. This is just an idea for now, but we're gonna worry about that, finishing this out in a second. Maybe we drop him because we have too many things. What would you replace Fina here with, or is she the most important piece? So what she does for us is she brings us a total of 6 buffs, and that is 30% damage boost inside of a protection set, and that also boosts Leonardo damage by another 30% straight off of this, which is very significant. Now when it comes to bringing in other turtles, you only really need Donnie. I'd say Donnie's the only important one because he does help with more cycling. But the other thing is that he's bringing turn meter boost. He's bringing overall protection versus somebody like Mikey just isn't going to do all that much for your team. Like in this team specifically, if we were going to be doing a Trunda team and we only had Mikey and Riho instead of, I mean, if we didn't have Lydia or something, then it could be a great option. Because Mikey and Riho, you get so many debuffs out in a Feral set, which can be great. But I think in this situation, Fina is the best option. I know that was a very roundabout way, But somebody you could slot in for Fina is Lamasu. You could also one, you have to make sure that you have an increased defense. So in this team, we're actually going to be bringing in Padrig, because Padrig's going to bring us our increased defense and more cooldowns reset. We have too many cooldown reset things, kind of, but we're going to see if I can make this work. It's a lot of working parts that are all just like, it's kind of like a perma reset with how many resets we have, but it isn't quite perma reset. So it's a little weird. I'm I'm hoping I can make this work in a way that makes sense. Okay, so if we could bring Mithrala instead of Padrig, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I tend to do that a lot. I think I need to slow down. We need to look for a hex. I mean a weaken. A weaken is the biggest thing that we have to look for when we're doing a Titus team. So I'm going to slow down and look for that. We need an AoE weekend champion. Nothing else is important for right now. So we do have Lydia. However, I would like to keep Lydia. Actually, no. We're gonna use Lydia because Lydia makes the most sense. We're not gonna try and keep her for anything. She works really well on this team. We're gonna leave it there. Um, like Siffy Lamasu could replace together. Yeah, yeah, for sure. One of the things, if we wanted to, that we get from Fina here is that we get this increased crit rate. But it isn't like we don't want to fully invest into that because we're not only using him in PvE. It's just the amount of buffs we're getting, and we're getting the increased crit damage, and we're getting block debuffs. We're also getting counterattack, which can be fantastic for Leonardo. So she just slots in as a really great champion, but certainly not one that's necessary. Um, so with this team, we have basically everything we need. Now, do I want to bring in Yumiko? Now, I know that Fighty can't be reset, but it could help ensure that we are cycling effectively and not screwing anything up. Do I want to bring in Yumeko? Maybe. I think it could be good. But one of the big things we have to worry about is we need a Hex champion. So with us needing a Hex champion, what should we... I mean, we have Archer. We do have Archer, which isn't a champion that most people have. Very, very few people have her. And we don't have decreased speed in this team, so I think Archer's actually going to go in this team, despite her being a Hex champion. So yeah, this team's going to get her. And then both teams are missing one champion. This is missing a decreased defense and a weaken. We also have Mishinaki. We do have Mishinaki. Mishinaki brings decreased defense. Now, we don't have weaken anywhere else in this team. Okay. Let me think here. You have two archers? Oh, that's awesome, dude. Dang, two archers is crazy. So maybe we do... Okay, so we could take Lydia out of this team and put Eostrid in. We could do that, because we don't need decreased defense for Titus exactly. Especially once you get the 6-star soul. It's, well, okay, do we have a Cat's Gaze anywhere on the account? That is a very big thing that changes kind of how you run a Titus team. We don't have a Cat's Gaze. So no, we definitely need decreased defense and weaken. I think maybe we drop Pagdrig out of this team. And then up in this team, we still need the Hex. And what else do we need? I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, and Curse instead of Fighty. It's not a bad idea. The biggest thing for me is that the perfect veil can be very important since we have Lydia, but we also have Yumiko, which Yumiko helps with that. Okay, yeah, that's probably a better idea. Is we go in with a Nia and Hex, which is what I was thinking about earlier. I just wasn't sure. Unless we don't have a Nia. If we don't have a Nia, then we kind of go back to what I had. I've definitely passed her if there is one on the account. Yep, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and take her up. Do we have a feast? If we have a feast, I would like to use that here. Okay, we don't. So we're gonna just go ahead and take her up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Valerie's not super useful. And then Elhain isn't. No, okay. Thenisil's actually useless. Very, very bad champion. But there's probably some food in the vault. So let's go ahead and look in the vault before I hop to conclusions. Yeah, so Thenisil's a pretty useless champion. Use Bellower? Okay. Alright, I'll use Bellower. And take her up. Take her up, and then we'll book her out. Throw her in, and then we have a perma reset, which is incredibly useful for the team. Now, so we do have a perma reset, but Nia, she's always going to be resetting Yumiko. So we still kind of need a hex, like a designated hex champion. Um, Despite everything we've gained by bringing in Nia. Or Wixwell and Hex might be the best move. Because he, besides the very first turn, he is always going to be using this A2. So yeah, okay. I think we go with that. I think we go with a Wixwell and Hex. We go with Nia and Shield set. We go with Yumiko as the second highest crit damage. Well, the highest crit damage. And then what are we really missing here? Decrease defense. We don't have a block buffs. We do not have a block buffs champion. Yes, yeah, don't forget to leave a like on this, guys. If you're new to the channel and you happen to stop by, welcome. I do a lot of takeovers, I do a lot of account work. I tend to be a very reliable person to come to for these things, and my prices are on the lower end compared to a lot of people. So yeah, I mean, I do my best. Let's see. So, man, this is just a little bit of a weird situation. If we had, okay, let's slow down again. I tend to get ahead of myself, so let's see. Block buffs, who do we have? We have Wukong. We have actually very few options. We do have Shayek. Shayek can actually be a great option for this. Because he brings in the block buffs on a 3-turn cooldown. He also does a turn meter boost to allow us to cycle more. Single target decreased defense, and if he happens to place a hex, we gain a lot from that. Okay, and then our other Penthroy. Okay, so we're gonna need. What all should we be putting here? So in this team, we need decreased defense and weaken, and it seems like our only reliable option for that is going to be Dracomorph, which I don't love. but I don't hate it either because we can put him in a feral set, and that allows him to put out some of these. We just get a little bit of a damage boost out of him, which isn't bad. Hmm. Man, with this team, we could have put in Mikey. We could put in Mikey to spread Lydia's A3. That's not a bad idea. I don't hate that. Yeah, that's fine. I like that. It's a unique team, but can definitely be great. So that's going to be Nightmare. This is going to be Brutal, and with Brutal, all we need to bring in now is a... I mean, I'd like another DPS. One more damage dealer would be nice, but at the same time, we have Archer and Dracomorph that we can put in like hybrid builds in a way. Um, so if we do end up doing that, we need D. No, we need block buffs. That's the biggest thing we need is block buffs. Fighty would come in as probably the best in slot, which just brings a bit more of unnecessary resetting because I mean we have 3 champions resetting at this point, but Leonardo's never gonna have to do anything besides use his ability here. Or, well, I guess something we are kind of missing here is increased defense, no? Besides his A2. If we put him in lasting gifts, that's not a problem. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting, but very seldom do I forget things like that. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to throw him in a lasting gift setup, which is okay. Now we have to max out one more champion. I need to look around for any food. That's a +4. I'd rather... Okay, there's food. Food. That's food. She's food. Okay. And let's go ahead and get them taken up, and then we'll get going. All right. Let's just make sure we get as many points out of this as we can. We don't want to be wasting opportunities to pick up a lot of points. Because even if all we're getting out of it is some relentless gear, it's better than nothing. Especially on champions like Finey, Donatello, all these champions. There, Broadmaw. Let's take them up. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and max out Donnie. And funny enough, all these turtles are going to be incredibly good for PvP as well. So we're getting multiple levels of use out of every champion we're maxing at the moment. Okay, if we were to book him, and I'm not sure that we will, do we truly gain much out of it? Yes, we do. Okay, we actually do need him booked specifically on his A2. Okay, we would like... Well, actually, we're in a perma reset team. We are in a perma reset team, so for now, this isn't necessary. Like getting the cooldown. We needed the chance, but the cooldown itself isn't like truly needed. So we're gonna go with this. Hundreds of those. It's a little iffy, but it's alright. So masteries, how are we looking? We have him masteried. We have him masteried. We'll need him to be reset. She's masteried. Okay, so we're looking masteries on most people, which is great. Okay. Alrighty. So now we have the team set out, we can actually get started on building the champions. The first champion I'm going to want built is Titus. Titus is going to be the main component of the main team. So, of course, he needs the biggest focus. Now we're giving him mastery so that he's able to be used in future teams and also other places of PvE. Things like Stoked Fury, once a Gerp Tuck or an Ashtar ends up on the account. Things like Cycle of Violence for Faction Wars. All things that can be incredibly important. Now, this is where things get a little bit subjective. You could end up going here to avoid the HP, going down and picking up lasting gifts if you're using him kind of as a support champion in some places of the game. But I think for this account, we're going to go like this. We're going to go down here. We're going to pick up Harvest Despair. Harvest Despair allows us to put out a leech whenever we're putting out the provoke. And then Michelangelo can go ahead and spread that leech if we ever need it, which we won't, but it's just a little thing to have in case something crazy happens. Okay, do we like Gilded Dragonstone? Gilded Dragonstone, it gives us an over time, it gives us a boost of 14%. Is that better? No, no. So this is definitely going to be better. Malefic Talon is just going to give us a chance to straight up doing an extra 10% damage, um, which is a pretty significant amount as you get to the crazy big hits. So we're going to take that, boosts it up to a 30% chance. Not bad. We'll get increased crit damage. And then we've already done that. All right, so let's get to the actual build. I'm gonna go resistance because there's a very, very low chance we're actually gonna be able to hit the proper resistance stats on a defense piece, but I will still check a defense piece to see if it's possible. Okay, this is starting out fantastic. So this piece is great. And it landed defense. Okay, we're gonna keep that. We're not even gonna bother messing with anything else. We're gonna take that. Now, when it comes to other pieces, we want I mean, a blood shield piece wouldn't be bad. It isn't necessary, though. Oh, man, something in the air is making it hard for me to breathe. I don't know if it's allergies or what. Okay, no crit damage there. Do we have crit damage? 6-star? No. We're gonna go ahead and take this then. Yeah. Defense with defense percent is what we would like. That has a single roll, that has a 0 roll. This is our only real shot. Alright, so we'll just take that. It's already maxed. And wait, no, never mind. Which has lower HP. This one doesn't have HP yet, which means it'll have lower HP regardless. So we're going to take that. We're going to max this out. Because crit damage is the most important thing right now. But we also don't want to get it too high that it's completely unattainable by our Yumiko. Okay, let's get this up. So we're pretty much doing fantastic with our defense there. And actually, this does remind me, I need to see if we do have an option. Yo, Adam, do you mind if I try and craft some of your relics here? I just want to make sure. But if I am able to, we could get a chance at a couple really important relics for people in the account. Even simple things like getting some of these epics up here. If we could pick up a scroll and a Rethi Coronet, things like that. Okay, alright. Just wanted to double check. Not very high chances of a legendary, but a lot of these epics are very solid. Alright, I wish there was a quicker way of crafting. Malefic Talon, we'll take that. There we go. Grail of Agony. Kind of a weird one there. Oh, this one's not bad. I do wish it was the one that put Veil on us though. Okay, come on. Okay, actually, journals are great. If we can get any rares, a journal and the dagger are the best ones to get, so. Okay, I mean, any epics are good. We'll take any epics, because it's just, it's either gonna be a better chicken or it's gonna be genuinely game-changing, so. I'll take them. Come on, bro, show me a coronet, show me something. There we go. All right, there's a coronet. That's massive. If we can continue on that train. All right, another golden elixir, not bad. I wonder how the interaction between Leonardo and golden elixir works. Because they're instantly healed when they drop below 50. Does that mean, like, will it still activate Leonardo's passive effect where he uses his A3? And then it gives him HP back so he's right back over that 50%? Do any of you know? Because if not, that's something I really got to look into. That could be a very cool interaction. Especially because when you don't have a wand on an account, Leonardo is generally a wand or a cat's gaze user. So when you don't have those, golden elixir could be really good. Sorry if you guys hear me huffing and puffing. I'm just trying to breathe, man. Holy cow. Okay. All right, we're probably gonna be done. This is boring. We're not getting much of anything too game changing. We did get a couple. We got a coronet. We got a veil one. Like, what's it called? Yeah, we got some of these. We have a coronet. The coronet was the biggest one that I was focused on. So yeah, let's continue on. We really need to get a lot of stats here. A whole lot of stats. We need to go up by 300 resistance almost, so I'm just gonna have to try. Crit damage. Okay, well, I guess we should probably be looking specific sets. This is good if we can get like a. That's sad. Could have been. Okay, this is incredible. Yeah, I mean, this piece is absolutely amazing. No reset, but that'll be great. So no merciless is how it's looking to me. Can we craft? Do we have crafting materials is the question. No. Okay. Not in any of the important sets. Okay. So between defense percent and HP, what do we have in Savage set? So we have no defense percent chests. Okay. So we're gonna have to take these boots. They have crit damage and they have defense and they have a defense percent ascension. Alright, defense percent. We need resistance on whatever piece we end up picking. Okay. This would be the best that we could get. Yep. 111. We'll take that. Yo, what's up, Carriox? How you doing, bro? Crit damage and so yeah, we will get some more defense ignore if we do go with cruelty, which I think is what we're gonna have to do. Um, oh, oh yeah, that is a perfect piece for Titus. Now I'm getting worried we're not gonna find the resistance that we need. Which if we can't, we're gonna have to bring Fighty back in. I'm doing great, dude. I'm recovering from sickness, feeling a whole lot better. Getting a takeover done, just hanging out. So we need speed, crit damage, and resistance. There's crit damage. Huh. Would like to try and reset this. We might actually have to take that. That went heavy resistance, went defense percent. I think we're gonna take that. And then we just need to find speed and crit damage in this last piece. Defense, speed, crit damage. We'll take it. Alright, we're gonna drop some glyphs, see where we can get. That's a rough roll right there. Okay, alright, we're gonna have to try on this end to see if we can get a crit damage. I mean, if this doubles resistance, this would be great. Only one roll. So this is actually a boost. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna have to take that. Sadly a 5-star, but it is just better. Give me something. There we go. So how far off are we with the resistance? Actually, one second. So with Hydra battles for live arena bonuses, we have 10%, we have 16. So we're at 360 resistance, which certainly isn't going to be enough, unless I'm forgetting about a part of the team. Okay, yep, so seems like Fighty's gonna have to come in for the increased resistance and the block buffs. We need his increased resistance, which kind of sucks that we're just wasting a champion. Like, we're wasting one of his biggest skills, but he just brings so much. Like, this champion's such a loaded champion. He has everything. So, you know, it's not too bad of a trade-off. Now, tier 2 team struggles a lot because of that change. I crap. Okay. Penthroid brings increased defense. So it seems like maybe I just bring him in. Yeah, I think we just bring Penthroid into this team. We move Fighty up to the top team. That works for me. Because then that alleviates a lot of our gear requirements off of everybody. Okay. Alright, now Leonardo. Um, I prefer Lightning Cage, but we are using him in PvE. So I'm going to leave it alone for now. Gilded Dragonstone on him specifically, probably a great option. So we're going to leave that be. Throw that in there. And so actually, yeah, okay, we're going to build him next. Just to make sure that we can get damage on him. Alright, we might struggle a little bit here. Defense percent with crit rate. I mean, that's just a general piece that anybody could use. That has every percentage. No defense percent. This one, if it does roll even okay, yeah, that's a pretty solid one. This one has crit rate and speed, which I do really like and could be what we go with. So, what crit rate gauntlets do we have? That's a question I need to answer early on. And also, okay, we do have that. So it is truly worth looking. Do we have crit rate gauntlets specifically? We only have these. No savage. Alright, so we're gonna take this. Grab that on him. This one. Throw that on him. All these could be re-rolled, maybe? No, we don't have re-roll materials for that. That's sad. Okay. Man, this build isn't going to be nearly as good as I was hoping. We are just missing a lot of important pieces to make it a truly incredible build. But I'm still going to try. I'm still going to try and make something happen. Ooh, wouldn't that be just incredible if it had defense percent or crit rate or really anything. I don't want to miss out on the really want to get stone skin on him. Crit rate with speed and defense percent. Go crit damage for me, please. Ah, that would have been it. Because then we could redo the build. That's such a good piece. I can't re-roll that. Can't re-roll that. Can't reroll that because it's already rerolled. Can't reroll this because it's just a great piece. Come on, man. Crit rate. Just isn't. Ugh. Oh, this is a this is such a weird situation. Yeah, you can't. I mean, shoot, maybe this rolls even twice into crit damage and we take it. Nope, not a single roll. I mean, we're certainly losing some crit damage. There's no question about that. But we gain stun skin, which is a very big bonus. As long as there is a defense percent. Yep, there is. There's an incredible defense percent. Okay, and then I assume somewhere in the account there is a very high crit rate rolled piece. Somewhere. Hopefully. I really hope so. Wow. One off. So what we could end up getting is a piece where it has like 16 or 15% crit rate, and then okay, never mind. We found 25%. So we're just gonna take that. Oh wait, we don't need all that because I forgot to put these in. So we're gonna go like that, and then we're gonna go back to looking at these gauntlets. So we just need 20%, which yeah, something like this is fantastic. So highest crit rate. This one has no defense. And now we're down to 19. So we're going to take this one as speed. Some crit damage would be great. Defense percent, just as good. Come on, man. So on this, I think I'm gonna go because we have an increased defense champion. I'm gonna go like this, which actually I don't like that. I don't like that. We want this, and we want. Okay, okay, yeah, there we go. I much prefer that. We go down to Life Drinker, Cycle of Violence, Kill Streak, and Methodical, Helm Smasher, Bring It Down, Single Out, and Heart of Glory. Okay. That is much better. Now let's get to boosting these up. And continue, we'll just boost everything up as we can. Okay. Wait, that actually turned out great. What the heck? That turned out way better than I was expecting. I know he's slow, But all things considered, with how much gears on the account, no complaints. I mean, we're talking almost 7k defense, 200 speed, 270 crit damage. I can be very happy with that result. I actually just crafted some lethal on my phone, on my own account. I'm just going to take a look at that really quick, see what I got. If I got anything, I'll gladly tell you guys. Maybe throw up a screenshot. Nope, seems like nothing today. What can you expect? Yo, what's up, Andrew? Alright, let's head on over to Wixwell. Let's get this channel sponsored by, Liquid Will to Live. Call that Monster. Or Red Bull, I don't care. I'll take either or. Oh man. Alright. What do we have in the side of Cursed? Ah, I'd love to see it. Absolutely love to see this. An account with a reasonable amount of hex gear. Oh, and it's good hex gear. Oh, this is great. There we go. Alright, so we gotta go resistance, speed. We just want resistance. Do we have a triple? We do. We have multiple. We'll take that actually, because then we can go with a pinpoint piece. Take that one. And then we'll go with a defense percent with, we had like some speed. We would just like focus on the speed. Yeah, we'll take that. And then we'll take a feral piece at the end to top us off on a little bit of speed there. Ooh, boy, we are low on resistance. Alright, we'll see what we can make happen. Nah, Emic's fine, bro. He'll be alright. That wasn't too big of a hit for him. Maybe we have to swap to a resistance chestplate. Seems like that is going to be what has to happen. If there is a resistance chestplate on the account. There might not be. I mean, that piece is good. This piece is okay, but worth trying to reroll. There we go. See? That made it very much so worth it. So now we're looking at enough where, Fighty will be able to help and make it solid. Alright, so we're going to keep that. If we can swap him over to Cruelty, I would rather do that. I need a little help with my Trenda composition. Could you help me? Sure, man. Like, do you want a takeover, or do you just want the kind of like walk through what we could do to help you out? If you would like some like truly one-on-one, you can DM me on Discord, or you can just kind of if you join my Discord, you could drop screenshots of your roster, and there's plenty of people that can help you there as well. Okay, we have these two done. Lydia, we would like her in Feral, preferably. So we're missing one piece off Feral, but we do have protection, so we're gonna go with protection. That's fine. Hey, for being on the account for an hour, this has been great progress compared to the last one I did. A little bit more locked in today. Resistance, resistance, and survivability. I'll have to work. Now here, do we have an accuracy heavy piece? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take that one actually. And then go here, here. Cool. That's fine with me. Resistance, speed. Well, something like this would be better. Okay, we need a lot of accuracy. So it's a quad, which definitely helps, but I think we're still going to be a little low. Yeah, okay. Do we have an accuracy chest plate on the account? We have one. We're gonna have to take that. So we're good on accuracy for the most part. We could use a little glyphage, and then we're good on resistance because we have Fighty. And Fighty only ever has to put up the increased resistance a single time, and then we are cruising the rest of the fight. So we are actually looking really solid on Lydia. Let's take a look at Yumiko now. So Yumiko has to be higher crit damage than Titus, and Titus is 332, which means we should be looking good. Realistically, that isn't that much crit damage. And so yeah, let's just go ahead and get her unbuilt. I assume she's... Oh, okay. So with Yumiko, we're actually going to throw her into temporal chains because as you get higher soul, that's what you'd prefer her to be in arena. The only time that really screws you over is when you are dealing with a Marius team. So I'm gonna reset that. We are going to take this, well, do we have, yeah, okay, we have a couple of those. And then there is this, which could give us more speed for a build in arena. This is also another decent one for arena, and we do have a veil. Okay, so what do we want to go with here? Do you want to go with last laugh, or do we want to go with increased accuracy for arena? Or do we want to go with opinion? One second, guys. Let's get this going. Just turned on the fan to hopefully get some more air circulation because I don't know why I can't breathe. It's starting to bother me a little. Alright, we're just going to take one of these. What's going on here? So high speed. This one is the best speed. Alright, now we need crit damage. Take that one because we can't get speed out of it. Alright, now we're gonna go speed with crit damage. What do we have? Crit damage, we'll take that. We're just gonna go priority, crit damage, and speed. So the ostrich seems to have the pieces that we need. With the crit damage gauntlet. And a good bit more speed. Good bit more crit damage. A lot of really good pieces for this, actually. So what would we need? Would just be any piece, really. Okay, we're gonna take that, and then what we could do, instead of screwing up our masteries to make this happen, we can swap this out for a dagger. Take it off of Rathalos, putting us up to more than enough. And then we can throw in some proper masteries for arena. And you know, while we're at it, let's just pick this up just because. Do that, spirit haste. Let's go like that. Okay. Now that puts us at more than enough crit damage. We are a decent speed, enough accuracy for placing our hex whenever we need to do that. Our resistance is low, but she shouldn't be getting targeted because she is decently quick. So that means I need to throw this on her. Okay. So we really need to get Fighty and Nia done next. So Fighty, he is actually fine in this build. He just needs slowed down a little bit. Yeah, I like the build actually. He just needs slower. Which means all we need to do is take these boots off. And find something with basically 0 speed. Like that. Okay, cool. That... Or we could just swap him to protection. Yeah, we could swap him to protection. That's probably the better option. That damage boost is pretty significant. So if we went with these, keeping speed up, and then what are our low speed? There's some very low speed piece right there. What do we have in the way of pieces here? So just level this up and take it. And then we're going to go with a protection piece here, taking us to a decent speed. We don't need to be incredibly quick because we're perma resetting. He only needs to really use this once per head, and then this just needs to be used once in the entire fight. So that is fine with me. Forgot to throw that on there. So Fighty, we're looking good. And then we just need to get Nia. So Nia needs to be in a shield sub, and then she needs to be very close speed to Yumiko. So actually, I need to go back and double check these speeds. So he's 262. Yumiko is 253. That doesn't quite make sense. So we either need to speed her up or slow him down. And I think the better option is just gonna be we probably need to slow him down. And it's super easy to do. We just swap out that piece for a piece with a little bit less speed. Okay, maybe we don't have one with a little bit less. It maybe just be all or nothing. Yeah, it's all or nothing. So we're gonna do that. All right, Nia needs to be right around 250. So we're gonna go resistance. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna take this for the speed. And then we need to just go with a shield set. Resistance. Speed. Speed. And there's some speed. So we are gonna be struggling here. So speed. We realistically need to be in a speed set with this. Yeah, we're gonna have to be. There's no way that we can't be. Alrighty. I go like that. But we're gonna have to try and lift up a little bit. So we need her to be the second fastest champion, which right now she certainly is not. Okay. Maybe we just drop the resistance on her and say, oh well. Yeah, we're gonna have to. There we go. Now she's a good bit faster. We're just gonna throw a simple little couple upgrades here. Okay. Let's give it a go. Make sure it works. Yeah, so we're gonna be a little annoyed here for a second, but it's fine. Okay, so now we start extending. So does he attack before attacking rooms all boss from all enemies? So we're gonna use this. I'm gonna reset. Oh boy, isn't that fun? Why was she targeted, bro? Okay, so what did I do wrong? I would. I am a little confused at what I did wrong. I. What did I do? That out there, and I guess she's just gonna start off by getting chosen. Cool. And then just gonna go A1. Go A1. So now Bixwell has to start extending. Now we put up these buffs, we reset. Okay, dude. Come on. So we're just gonna boost her. But she got reset by him, so it's fine. So we're just gonna reset. Extending. Rogue is permanently gonna be up, so now we reset her. That would will not. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Yo! What the fuck? Was this in the patch notes? I'm not in the normal raid channel. Hopefully I'm not like doing anything wrong by showing the raid supreme Discord. Wait a fucking second, bro. No, this is news to me, man. Raid announcements. 1 second, please. November champion. No. Wait, where? Where is it? Where did they announce this? This is some bullshit, bro. I mean, no, it's not. It should have been done forever ago. Norma, yeah, cool. Multi battles. Name all. Group battle fixes. Fixed a bug. Okay, guys. So, Yumiko, famously the champion that can permanently reset other champions, will can no longer do it. This skill cannot have its cooldown reset or reduced by other skills. I haven't heard a thing about this. I haven't seen a video. I haven't. Okay, can. What the fuck? I'm so out of it because see, then what's happening? Then what's happening? Because I've reset it multiple times now with Nia and nothing's happening. So I read that thing. Okay, I need to put it out there. I am dyslexic, and I tend to read things very wrong. So, but what's happening here? Why is this not resetting? So why is, man, I gotta go like that. Extend. I'm just gonna hold off on him. I'm gonna boost her, because then we should be... Okay, well that's just great, isn't it? Yeah, and it's only a 2-turn cooldown though. Well, it says 3, but by the time you take that next turn, unless I'm tripping, am I, dude, I have to be on something right now. Is it normally a 7 cool, is it normally a 7 and I'm just tripping? I could be out of it right now, boys. There's a very high chance that that's what's going on. It's normally a 7. Okay. That explains it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get back to it. Let's forget that I just completely brain farted like crazy. Um, okay. All right, so let's figure out how to run this properly before I make another lapse in my brain, dude. Holy. I need to turn on some music. Let's get more logged in on this. No, he does not have Lamasu, which is the current issue we're having. But it's fine. I mean, we're gonna figure it out with or without her. I just need to lock in. That's it'll be fine once I figure out what I'm doing. Because there's clearly a cycle I can do to make this work regardless. I just need to figure out what that cycle is, you know? Because if we reset there, and then we can reset, that's fine. We're gonna hold off. It's clearly not a team that's just gonna instantly do everything, which is fine. I mean, you can't expect it to be. Not every team is just gonna immediately. Okay. So we're gonna go to reset her. She still has 2 turns on her stuff. So now we're gonna reset to make sure everybody has their stuff and continue to extend. Man, Titus is struggling. Even with increased resistance, it's crazy. 350 with increased resistance isn't enough? That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm about to take professional out of the fucking title. Holy. Yeah, 360 with increased resistance. There's no reason we shouldn't be resisting. Unless we've just gotten 3% a couple times. Which does happen. Alright. We're just gonna boost, and then I'm gonna boost him back up. Hmm. No, so I think this is just a user error, and I need to learn what this team, like, what the proper cycle is for this team. I can't give somebody a team that I don't know how to run. That just isn't something I can... So it's just not something I can do. There's no justification for that. So yeah, she's just always gonna get her stuff taken. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. But the fact that he's already back up to doing stuff is a problem. Okay. So we have to wait and let Wixwell get back around. Maybe we speed him back up. Maybe we do. Okay. And now we're just gonna immediately do this. So we have increased resistance. I'm then gonna go ahead and boost Wixwell because I want Wixwell to take another turn right now. And now we're going to reset. We're then going to reset her. Now we're just going to turn meter boost. We're going to put this back up. All right, now we can hit again. Now we extend again. We have one more turn on her. One more turn on her. One more turn on him. Okay, so are we at a speed on Titus where we can make this work? Because if not, then we're going to have to slow Titus down to make this work. Which, I mean, it does happen. Some Titus teams you do just kind of have to run slow, which is fine. So I reset. Okay, so Titus is too fast. All right. Let's head back to Titus. Let's see what we can do to slow him down a little bit. Both of those pieces aren't great pieces, but we took them because they had speed. So we're going to see what we can do to possibly slow him down and just boost his damage. But we still need the resistance. That's the other big thing here. Gotta find the right balance. Speed boots are a problem. If we could swap to defense percent boots, I would do that. Defense percent. We're gonna lose crit damage. Okay, I'm gonna take these. We lose enough speed. We do gain some defense. I mean, obviously that'd be better if we had defense percent ascension. But we lost some speed. Did lose a little crit damage. I want to try this and see if this cycle works better. We're going to try and replicate what I did last time, where we go ahead and start this way. Get our debuffs out. She's going to lose her stuff. That's just a given. We are... No, we have to provoke. Why? Why? What is going on, man? She has more buffs, and they've targeted her before. Dear Lord, okay. Okay, that's better. We can get behind that. So we're gonna go like this. So now we're gonna go ahead and extend. Now we're gonna put this up and reset. We are just gonna boost Wixwell. Extend again. Now I'm going to reset her. It's fine. Just continue to extend. So lock and boost. Alright, so I'm gonna set this up just to get stuff back on everybody else. We're one away there. Let's just boost Wixwell. We're one away on him. I don't think he's fast enough. Not quick enough. Alright, Wixwell's got to get speed up a good bit. He's gonna now... He's gonna go back to the other piece that he had. Which one's faster? This one's faster. Okay. Alright, so we had that speed boost. Do we have any other way to improve his speed? Because I think he has to be significantly faster than Titus. He has to be lapping because he has to be getting his cooldowns and things back around quick enough. And I didn't see Merciless. No, we don't have Merciless, so yeah, we're gonna have to go this way. Yeah. So we start like that. Put this out. Good. This. Alright, so we're gonna hold off on the reset there. Well, actually, it probably would have been smarter to reset there. Because then we hold off on this again. Now we reset. Then we extend. Just gonna hit. Now we reset. And we reset Yumiko. So I think it's probably best that we boost. We probably boost Yumiko moving forward because she has to get the cycles more. Yeah, because she's only one turn away now. So instead of boosting up our Wixwell, we boost up Yumiko. And now... Yeah. So now she only needs one. He still needs 2 turns for his stuff. So now we're just going to reset. We're going to boost her back up. Booster meter. Extend. Decrease defense weaken. X, whatever. Reset her. And now we're going to reset everybody. Now we're going to hit for the first time. Not great, not bad. Reset. Yeah, so this whole team, this entire run is just going to be focused around making sure that you're just getting your resets. Nothing else to it, really. It's a pretty easy run from what I can tell. Just making sure you start off properly, especially once the speeds are in a better position like they are now. All we're really worried about is making sure that things are looking good. And the only place that it matters that they're looking good is on Titus. Everybody else can get screwed over by it. It doesn't really matter. But it's just making sure that we're able to get around to it often enough where it doesn't matter. So we're gonna boost her. So now we have 1 turn on everybody, essentially. I wonder what his cooldown's at. His is at 1 turn. So now he has it. Man, this is awkward. This is why the lawsuit's so incredibly important. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. Just gonna have to go like this. I'm messing something up. There, we got the lasting gifts proc. So what would the right option be? Boost Wixwell, let him extend. It's fine. We deal with a annoying Hydra lineup so that we can get this set up. So what the right option might be to just reset him there. And then we use Yumiko to reset. I think I like that more. Because then we have this. Okay, yeah, I like that more. Extend, and then we're gonna reset with Nia. See, the issue is that we really need the increased resistance. Let me reset. God, dude. Oh my lord. Jesus, dude. Like, the resistances are going to drive me crazy. Okay, we're not gonna give it to him. We're going to give Wixwell the pinpoint. A1 for any decreased speeds we can get. Now we're going to A2 to turn meter boost. We're gonna A2 to provoke. Alright, so now we extend, we reset, we wait. Nope. Alright. That's cool. Okay, we're at 4 turns, which isn't bad. Then we have to take 1 to 2 turns to cycle everybody out. One more turn on him. Then he'll reset. But I think everybody's gonna be at 1 turn, yeah. So weird. Cooldown, yeah. Everybody's pretty much ready. Which makes using him feel kind of pointless. Because as soon as I can, I'm just going to... Okay, we're just gonna boost. Because then we can... So we can reset here. Extend. Alright. So now... That. Now we can reset. I'd rather see Woodswell get a couple extra turns in here. Woodswell's already ready, so we're just gonna wait. Decrease speed. We're gonna reset him. Boost. Now we're at 4 turns again. Now we're going to boost up. I think Yumiko is probably the right move. We still got a few turns there. We got 1 turn on Fighty. Okay. So you reset. I don't know if we're going to be able to get around to Titus quick enough, so this might just be a wasted... Yeah, it's just a wasted cycle. This is weird, man. So here, we just hit... I mean, we're starting to do some damage, but certainly not good. Now we have 1 turn there. We can extend. So if anything, we're just going to go ahead and A3 Fighty. Now we reset. Then we hold off until we can do that. And then we are going to reset. Okay, alright. So given a little bit of understanding of the team, it is starting to properly do things. Just gotta really pay attention to Titus, which is okay. Until we get Lamasu, I mean, it's fine. Now we can reset. Now, you know, we're just gonna take whatever we can get with damage. Not a massive hit, but starting to do some damage. We've already reset, so I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna boost. And... okay. Starting to get stressed there for a second. Just gonna boost over here. Because, yeah, whatever. Do that, because now everybody else can also reset. Now we just wait. Okay, alright. So the team works. Just a little finicky to start, but it's fine. Go ahead and knock this out. Dang, okay. I think we're gonna kill there. Let's go ahead and see how much we're hitting for. 66 mil. Not bad, not bad. I'll take that. Now we're one turn away, and then we're gonna be good. Okay, all right. The team works. We're starting to build damage as you should be doing in these teams. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do a full run. I just want to see if we can continue to boost our damage a good bit more consistently. So we've already got that reset. I'd rather hold off. All right, we'll see if we can hold off. So I think with 3 turns we'll be fine. Okay, let's reset. Now we have to use one more turn here. And then we can use Fighty, which maybe next time in this situation you just use Fighty anyways, because the more turns he takes, the more turns that are wasted and things. Yeah. So it would have been smarter just to use Fighty at the rip, which is okay. Again, it's about learning how these teams work. Let's go ahead. Now we're starting to wipe out multiple heads with a single hit. So now we can continue to grow shields. I think I'd rather do this. And then like that, we boost, decrease speed. We want to try and get some hexes out, which is the biggest thing. We're going to hold off just a second, see if we can get a hex out. Yep, we got one out. Awesome. So now we can reset. Just wait a second. We can boost again, decrease speed, decrease defense weaken, continue to extend. And then we can smack here. There we go. Not too bad. Looking at about 10 million per turn so far, and it only has room to grow. Now for a pretty early game account without Lamasu, again guys, this is without Lamasu on the account yet. I think this isn't too bad. I'd love to hear a little feedback from you guys if you think there's some things I'm clearly missing about this team or things that I need to be doing better with on this team. Feel free to let me know. Certainly not above any form of criticism or feedback. Alright, so now we can reset. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so I mean, now we're getting up to 5 turns, which is even better. We're gonna hit this head because there's a hex on that one and not this one. 75 mil up to 516. I mean, oh, wrong thing. You know, let's probably just move that over so I don't accidentally tab that over again. Continue to reset. Now, yeah, I mean, now we're in a proper cycle here. Because now we're on that one turn there. No, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I hope Adam, I hope you are. Oh yeah. Okay, you're here. Awesome. That is great, man. And this stream is going to be uploaded as a VOD. You just have to go to the like VOD section on YouTube. So if you're ever having troubles running this team, you can just come back to this point and kind of see what you can do to improve. Like right there, I just made a mistake. But it's not a big one because you can just reset Yumiko instead of Wixwell. No, I mean, this is great. You should be pushing well over a billion without any issues. I mean, billion should be absolute minimum you're getting. And then, of course, eventually, once we're doing stuff like this consistently, where we're wiping the entire enemy field, looking great. We're gonna be a little off here. It's gonna be a bad cycle. Not a super bad cycle. Like we're just not gonna get the proper damage out of this one, which kind of sucks. If we can boost Yumiko here, we could possibly still salvage this. We can reset. We can extend. We can boost. We can do that. And then just A1 for now, I think. Unless I messed something up, which I probably did. Yeah, I did. It's okay. Still have 5 turns. So we're not in any danger. Now we can go ahead and hit. There we go. There we go. Now we're starting to see some bigger hits. Now we can reset and just continue on. So actually, if we get a chance to, I would rather, for just a second, get Wixwell, get his shields back up on everybody. But no, we're gonna extend as long as we can. Okay, wow. All right, I mean, I didn't realize we were in such a good cycle here. This is great. Yeah, I mean, for just a second, we can do that to just begin moving things forward. We're gonna boost. Okay, so we should have boosted ourselves, actually. We should have boosted Titus there. But we should actually still... Why? Oh, never mind. This head's gonna come back up. So that puts us in a little bit of a weird position, but we should be able to... Wow. Okay. So I wasn't expecting that much damage, quite frankly. That was a lot more than I was thinking was going to happen. We're going to wait, because we have Wixwell A2. Then we can start by Nia A2, hopefully. Yeah, so I want to boost... In this situation, I want to boost Nia, so we can reset him, and then we can reset Nia. And now we're back in. Yeah, you definitely need to get to some gear grinding, bro. It's there's a we were able to get 2 very solid DPS builds out of your account. But I think anything more and we're really gonna be struggling. Because I mean, we've been able to get Titus and we've been able to get Leonardo built. But anything more, I'm not sure. So, yeah. All right. Do you want me to keep this or do you want to try to get something better? I don't want to like lock in a key and then you be like, I'd rather try and get some more. Or if you're happy with this, I'm just gonna leave it as is. Um, so yeah, you just let me know whatever works for you, bro. Um, I don't know where we are. I think that's a keep. All right, awesome. Let's just go ahead and reset. I'm gonna get one more hit if I can. If not, I'm not gonna push too hard for it. Yeah, whatever. This run's about to be over. Extend, get the shields bigger. Let's get one big smack. There we go. All right, just at 900. 900 million versus... Oh, this is on brutal. Oh no. Oh crap, man. Oh, well, do you still want me to keep it? I I didn't realize you're on brutal. I'm not gonna touch it until I get the A-okay or the no. I'll let you decide that one. Let's see if we can get something on it. Okay, alright, cool. Great, great. Alright, so we know the team works. We've kind of seen how the cycle works. It'll be just a little bit different, maybe, on Nightmare. It may honestly not be any different at all. Just because, we're kind of ignoring the Hydra heads. Donnie, let's get him taken up. We're gonna drop one of these in here. Just get him up. Oh, he's already booked besides this passive. This passive is really good for PvP, but we don't need it booked in PvE. So let's go ahead and get masteries on him. So now we need to figure out this other team, and then we also need to take a look at Chimera. Now, Chimera might be a bit more rough when it comes to like a Wixwell team, uh, but we might actually be able to make it still work. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see here. I'm just going to throw in builds we already have just to see how far off we are. So if we use Fighty, Res, Lead, we threw in Titus, Wixwell, and then we'd probably want to throw in Yumiko and then Lydia, if I had to guess. This would probably be the lineup. We would actually throw in Riho. Riho would definitely be the better option, but for now we're just gonna say like as a test run, as just an idea of what we're able to get going. Okay, so this doesn't have a shield set in the team at the moment, so that's a problem. Something we would definitely have to change. But just for sake of seeing, Fighty would have to be sped up a little bit, maybe. Let's go ahead and turn meter boost just to see. We can start doing a little bit of damage. Reset. Turn meter boost. Extend. Boosted the wrong person there. Yeah, this may not work. So we are not growing our shields at all. What in the world? Why are we not? Is it because we don't have the shield set? Is that why we're literally not growing anything? Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, it's... Okay. So, Will, I'm kind of torn here, brother. So one of the big issues that we have is going to be just getting damage. Now, something I'm going to try, and something I think may work, is a Leonardo and a Mikage team. Because quite frankly, we don't have gear for a ninja team. Looking at your damage here, we are pretty much done when it comes to damage gear. So I think it's gonna have to be a Leonardo Mikage team. with, yeah, with a Lydia in it, I think we can make something happen, but it's gonna be a little iffy on how high difficulties it can go just because of a gear gap at the moment. But it's okay. We will definitely try and make something work there. Let's get back on over to Hydra, get this done. We'll go over there, we'll get that done. And then what dungeons were you wanting me to knock out for you? Resistance for sure. So we're gonna try and make her tanky. Okay, so she actually has the fastest boots there. Do we have any 5 stars yet? I mean, we'll take a 5-star. Okay, just a general improvement. We can make that happen. I mean, realistically, we could just do a full turtle team, and it would improve literally every dungeon you have. If your gear's good enough to do it, that is. Which it honestly may be. Like, Leonardo is built very solid, so who knows? Might be able to make something happen with if we just straight up go full turtle. So we could go Fina instead of Mikage inside of Chimera. Could try and do that. Might be worth a go. Let's boost our tank a little and see. So we'll need these taken up to at least 12. I mean, if it works for all, if that works, I'm all for it. Okay, all right. We'll definitely try that. I can't promise that it'll work because I don't know if you quite meet gear requirements, but it's really mainly Donnie and Leonardo that are the big ones there to make sure it can happen. So we'll see. Yeah, we're just gonna go straight down to War Master this side. And then yeah, there's not much that these will do, so we'll just go like that. And then here, she's one of the best home users in the game, actually. The amount of turn meter and stuff she does. Alright, cool. We would also like to give her one of these circle ones down here to help boost the turn meter she's getting. Alright, so Leonardo's good. Let's go to Donnie. Let's see if we can get going on him, because if we can get a good build on Donnie, that just makes everything easier. We'd like him in a build that works for Arena and PvE. So the biggest thing to that is, one, do we have Stone Skin? Yes, we do. Now, no resistance makes it a little iffy. We're going to try rerolling these top ones. If we can get resistance on them, then we are looking great. If we can't, it's a little iffy. So it's going to be a little iffy. All right. We are still going to make it work, though. This has resistance, it's HP, it's fantastic. This one can be re-rolled, possibly to HP. Nope, went attack. This one is HP and defense, we're going to go there. We're going to run this down to resistance here. We're going to boost the healing that we do. We're going to boost the turn meter. We're going to grab Lure of Steel, Cycle of Magic, Lasting Gifts, Spirit Haste because of the team we're going to be running, Healing Savior, and Shield Barrier. Do like that. Alright, Donnie, he is going to be... Okay, do we have a resistance one? Do we have one that gives resistance? Resistance. Could give him that. So we do not have a straight resistance one. Okay. So we're gonna have to go with a journal. Throw that on him. Give him one of these. And now let's max out all these pieces because he is one of the most important builds on the account. Please land at least one resistance roll, bro. Thank goodness. That is absolutely huge. All right. Relentless, show me something amazing. That is amazing. That covers all of our bases. Now, we really want... Okay, we're going to have to take that, I think. That's just a god tier piece for stuff that we need. I guess we should check these chest plates just to make sure I'm not missing something. Ooh, this one could be incredible. That's an incredible piece. It needs a new ascension, but you're not getting much better than that. That is a lot of resistance. We did lose speed by going with that piece, but I think overall it'll be worth it. Oh, we don't even need to... So, okay, actually, let's see. Variety stats, HP, speed, resistance. What is the best piece on the account? Resistance, speed, HP percent, resistance, speed, defense percent, resistance, speed. Okay, that one. That one might be the winner. This one is in stone skin though. And then, no, we're gonna have to go with this. It just needs a new main set ascension. That's literally all it needs. That is, and it's really easy to get. See if we can go for a double top row here. Let's drop off that, and we're just gonna go the resistance and speed for now. Let's pick this up, and then let's pick up, we need a good helmet. Speed, HP percent. Okay, this one, it has everything we need besides speed. It doesn't have speed. What am I doing, man? This could be a reroll. Triple resistance. Almost what we needed. Almost. I'm really not liking these helmet options. Do we have a shield option? Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's look for HP percent on some gauntlets. Triple speed, HP percent. Incredible. All right, and now we can go with any piece. Whatever the best is. Another... Okay, that is very, very good. Okay, I'm gonna take that. All right. So now we got to go ahead and glyph this up. How much do we need? We need 20. Well, actually, we need another 30. So, but we're gonna take what we can get for now. Please go resistance. We're actually gonna try and re-roll this. There we go. That is great. So we actually need... No, we need too much. Alright, so the Donnie build and the Leonardo build turned out to be great. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking this. So we'll take that. So take that. Ooh, okay, so R and Archer. We don't actually want her all that fast. She isn't relentless. She is a little slow. She has a little bit of crit stats. Okay, well actually, now that you bring that up, let's make that a main priority. Oh. Oh, you're not even... Okay. So, we're gonna make this a main priority. Flat out. We're gonna have to go with the duo team. It's not the fastest, but it does the job. Wait, you have two newts. Do you have a third? You have two newts. No third? Okay. I don't know how hard Leonardo hits against the Sand Devil. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me just 1 second here, guys. I need to check to see if I can do this. We're hopping over to my account. Let's see. So if I took out Marius here and I threw in Leonardo, one, is he fast enough? Yeah, he's fine. Oh, that'll be a problem for you, is the speed. Shoot. Okay. Anyways, I just... Be for real, bro. You had one job. Wh So 3%ed back to back. That is wild. Okay. You know, just waste my energy, man. That's cool. That's crazy. There we go. Oh, wait, no. It literally, he couldn't possibly hit hard enough to do this. There's literally no way. Yeah. Because it has to be a multi-big hitter to do my team. If we were to reset, you just don't have the damage gear. Okay, so you're gonna have to do a duo team. Gonna have to do a duo team, which is good, which is fine. I mean, it allows you to farm some food while you're at it, so that's no big deal. Just gonna be a good bit slower. It's the best Newt looking like. Thankfully, he doesn't have to go into any damage-based gear. Which we do like that a lot. Now, one thing we will have to do is change these. Now, we would love to see a little extra crit damage in here. Let's grab one of these, take it up. Dude, I have a +1 Trenda, another one, no Wixbow, no Yumiko. I do have Crixia, Kaimor, and Lamasu. Need advice on Hydra. Okay, so assuming... So Kaimar is a decent option if you have every other piece to a Trunda team besides like the Yumiko. Um, but okay, let me think about what I'm saying here. So if you have everything else, Kaimar can be a fantastic option. And if you don't have all the other pieces, he probably isn't the best option. I do have a free-to-play... let's go to my channel. Should have a video where I show a free-to-play team where there is no Yumiko or anything. So if you take a look at my channel here, where is it? Right here. So this team right here is no reset besides Lamasu, and it does a pretty solid amount of damage. This was 5 billion. I got it up to the highest I've gotten is 8 billion with this exact team. So it's not too bad. This is with a 5-star Trunda and everything else. I'll show you my Trunda build. It's going to be in this video somewhere. Yeah. So at the time, she was just under 10k attack, 363 crit damage, 160 speed, and merciless and zeal. So I mean, yes, very good gear. Is it the most incredible gear in the game? No, not even kind of. So yeah, this is what mine's looking like. And I'm able to get some pretty solid numbers out of that. So back to Newt, Life Drinker. We're gonna go like this down to here. We're gonna go Hum Smasher. We're gonna go Pinpoint Accuracy, Swarm Spider, Lure Steel, Master Hexer. We're gonna go with Spirit Haste. We're gonna go Rare Glory and Single Out. Okay. So now that we have this, let's go ahead and go with an accuracy banner. Crit damage. What do we have? Oh, we're gonna take that one. Now, if we have a defense, this one isn't bad. We do need the accuracy. You have everyone besides, I assume you mean Gerbtuck and Togron? Oh, we'll take that. If you have everyone besides Gerbtuck and Togron, you should be alright. Just make sure to watch the video and kind of see any like nuances that I mentioned. Alright, crit image, speed, crit rate. We do want a good bit of speed and accuracy on this build. We're gonna take that maybe, unless there's just one of the speed on it. No? Okay, we'll go with that because it has some speed. Alright, now here we want defense percent with crit rate and speed. What do we have? So there's actually this one on the other newt that I do really like. We're gonna go ahead and take that. Now here we need speed. We would like all of these stats if we can find them all. That'd be awesome. I think we're gonna go ahead and take this. Okay. Alright, now to finish out this build, we need a good bit more crit rate. We need a lot more survivability and we need a lot more speed. So this almost puts us over. And then on this one, what would we need here? We have an accuracy piece. That would be cool. So we don't have to have accuracy on the piece. Or we could even go with a feral piece. Like, that is amazing. Now, we are over crit rate. We can drop this. And then we can grab something with a bit more speed on it. It doesn't have to have crit rates. Let's drop that. Something like this would be cool. What's your Trunda Ultra Nightmare personal best? I've been using. So my PB right now is just under 10 billion. I didn't keep the key. It is something I've been working on for a while now. I have a very unique team that I'm pretty happy with. Currently using Ramontu in my team. Currently using Ramontu in my Trunda team. Possibly replace Togron with Padrig. It's Togra the conjoined, not Coppercoin. Place plus one. So both Togron and Padrig are only in that team to boost my damage. They are both there purely for damage boosting. So whatever other options you can find to purely boost your damage, go with it. Um, that's really the best advice I can give you. No, so Mista Man, you with my team, uh I'm looking at about like on a perfect cycle, I'm looking at around 1.6 billion damage. So by turn between 6 and 8, I'm at about 1.6, well 1.4 to 1.6 billion. If you're trying to kind of learn what my cycles are like. So it for me right now, it's just trying to properly replicate that cycle over and over, which isn't easy, but I know it's possible, which is why I haven't been keeping a lot of my keys. Yeah, I mean, if I was able to replicate that, I have a cycle that goes about once per, I want to say 40 or maybe 30 to 40 champion turns. So I could be pushing almost 20 to 30 billion with the team. It's just I need to get the. And then I mean you add on a proper soul on there and everything, and I'm really putting up some numbers at that point, but until then, I am struggling. But it's all right. We'll get there. It's a work in progress at the end of the day. It gives me a goal to shoot for in the game. When I don't have something to shoot for, I tend to just kind of not play the game. So I just have to make sure that I'm leaving some room for improvement in everything I do. We would rather see something with HP percent, defense percent, stuff like that. Okay. There's defense, there's HP. Then we can go with this other one for some speed as well. Alright. Let's go into regen, see what we have. Triple HP percent, that would be great. Let's not go with that. We don't have anything there. Alright, so we're gonna have to take this one. It's the highest speed that we have. Oh, it's a little low. Alright, so we'll do what we can. We'll make something happen. HP percent with speed. Okay. Hmm. Don't like how slow we are. Don't like that either. Okay. What's your on Amok? That is the frog, right? I think he's awesome in Chimera, but I'm having trouble. I mean, he's a good champion. It's just he's kind of hard to find a proper team to make him work. Like he has stuff for trials, he has stuff to keep you alive and things. But he can be kind of hard to make work is my experience. My experience with the champion because I pulled him while I was at boot camp actually. Funny enough. Some of the last times I had my phone at boot camp. Got on and pulled a AMOC. um so yeah, it's kind of funny. But no, I mean it's just kind of hard to make the champion work. That's why I don't currently use him. I think he has a lot, but I think he doesn't have enough at the same time, if that makes any sense. Okay, come on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, Ramatsu just he brings a whole lot that people don't tend to value him for how much he does, especially with champions like Ashnar and Mikey in the game. People need to revisit Ramatsu. Okay, let's see if we can make this work with a journal or no, actually, I'll just go with the golden elixir. Man, all these little things that help so much we didn't have when this game mode initially came out. Um, let's go down here. Let's go iron skin because we really don't have that much. Let's go blast proof. No, no. So, I that's kind of a no. So I was separated from the military due to some medical issues. Things that got cleared that shouldn't have gotten cleared that weren't properly looked into. So I am no longer in the military. I was in the Navy, but life goes on, and we find a new path. Alrighty. Okay, let's go ahead and throw in the where there she is, there he is. Let's go with Sand Devil Duo. And then we will throw in no, we'll just go like this for now. Oh boy. Gonna need to throw up some like Subway Surfers on the screen for this one. This is a boring ass fight. I so I didn't get too many benefits exactly, but I did get enough money while I was there to buy a car when I got home, and um, it turned out to be a very good. It turned out to be a very beneficial experience, I will say. I'm glad I went in. I'm glad I've learned everything that I have from it. I do not regret going in or anything. I'm glad I'm glad I had the experience that I did. So we might need to put a golden elixir on our newt here, actually. And we also need to turn off his A2. I don't know why I forgot to do that. I dodged a bullet. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Everybody has different experiences with it. I'm curious what mine would have been, but what can you do? We should probably put Soul Reap on new. That would definitely help us out. I gotta find a new Spotify playlist. I've been through this thing fucking 3 times. Alright, there we go. That's a win. But we need to go fix a few things, clearly. Let's go to Note. Swap him over to Soul Reap. And then we need to go into the actual setup of Sandoval. Here, turn off his A2. It's pointless. And we'll see kind of how it's going, because if we're dying way too often and stuff and our cooldowns are off, we're gonna have to put Newt in a golden elixir for sure. And this might actually be one where we can go a good bit slower on Godseeker. I'm not too sure. I'm actually going to watch her cooldowns the next time. So as this cycle goes through, I'm gonna watch her cooldowns. How do I feel about those 100 billion plus trended teams? What do you mean, how do I feel about them? Like, do I think they're impressive? Do I think that they screw up the game a little bit? Um, in what way? I mean, I think they're really cool, but I think they're an incredible amount of RNG. I, okay, so let's put this into numbers here. Most people that are driving for these Krakens are charging between, I mean, Juan Juan Joe, he's charging 70 per key right now. I know some people are moving away from him. Oh, apologies for that, guys. My mic fell over. Juan Joe, $70 per key. A lot of people don't like that, so they're going to other drivers and things, which is understandable. So then you're looking at an average of $30 or so, depending on the person you go to. And people are spending, to get a world record run, you're probably doing 15, 20 tries of near perfect runs, and then something just goes wrong at the very end. Like one cycle doesn't max damage, or like you get like 5 non-max damage cycles, so you don't get the world record. It's, I don't know. I haven't gotten to run one quite yet. I know I will before too long. And when that does happen, I guess I'll have a better informed opinion. But the gear on those champions is completely unattainable from any player that hasn't spent thousands of dollars. My Trenda is, I'd say, pretty decent, at least for like a mid to low spender. Um, and that's 10k attack and 360% crit damage. And that's an okay Trunda compared to a lot of these guys. I mean, I don't know their numbers, truthfully. I think they're pushing around 15k, maybe a bit more attack with like 400, but it's probably around 500 crit damage, which is just crazy. Just completely unattainable is what they are for the most part. All right, so this is going to be 100% team Adam. So you're looking at 100% team at what's going to be just under 2 minutes. I'd say that isn't too bad when you weren't even close to touching 25 beforehand. Just don't mess with the builds. Because these builds are exactly what they need to be. Speeds and everything. Newt could be sped up a little bit, but leave Godseeker exactly as she is. Yeah. Love to see it. That is a big old boost. Oh! Oh, shoot! I didn't do my Iron Twins. Oh, Lord. I gotta get off my phone real quick, sorry. I gotta get this situated. So let's go ahead, throw this in here. Just, yep, alright, there we go. Lord, that could have been bad. Way too many things to be missing out there. Okay, back to what I was doing, which I believe was over here, getting this done. Alright, those are kind of just filler champions, so I don't want to like heavily invest in those quite yet. I want to see what the team could be here. So Fina gives so much turn meter boost, I really want her in this team. And then Leonardo brings all the damage that we need. He also helps with a good amount of trials. And then we'd want to bring in Lydia. Lydia fits in here. And then we would need a reviver. Do you have any of the meta revivers? Okay, we have Pythion. No Duchess, I don't believe, unless I'm blind. I don't think I'm that blind this time. Yeah, okay, so we'd have to go Pythion, and then what is the last thing I'd want to throw in here? Probably Newt, right? Is this a Newt angle or is this a Mikage angle? Which one is going to give us... No, 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 no. It is a speed control angle. It is a Neostrata angle. We need increased speed. We need decreased speed. Turn meter boost. We already have increased speed, but decreased speed. Oh, yeah. Yeah, $70 per key is what some of the biggest, like, biggest names are currently charging. And I am currently charging, what is it, like, I don't even know my prices. 25. Surprised to see Fina teams without a full high health roster. So when you run Fina in a full in any high elf team, I mean a single high elf, she takes too many turns. Like she is cycling way too fast. She will always outcycle your team like 10 to 1. It's actually insane. Like she will take 10 turns before Trunda takes one sometimes, is what I was dealing with. So I had to drop any high elves from my team. So my team is only a finite team now. I really don't know if Leonardo does enough damage on his own. Because he isn't... We'll ignore 3%. He isn't... I don't know, man. Yo, Will, like, real question here for you, brother. Would you be willing to, like, farm Fire Knight for, like, a week or two, and then have me come back and do this so I can build a ninja team for you? Because that's going to be your best option. Like, just like a week or two of farming Fire Knight, I get back on here, I finish Chimera. I'll go finish the rest now, but it's really just Chimera that really needs, like, a ninja build. Leonardo simply isn't going to do enough. Especially not in a 6-star. Okay, alright. Thanks for working with me there, man. Alright. Let's go... So before we really get too far into building these champions here, these last 3, let's head on over to your dungeons and make sure you have a Fire Knight team. Alright, so stage 6 is good. I'm fine with stage 6, it's just... Okay, that's not stand double anymore. Let's see. I know you have Padrig. I might be able to make you my team that I currently run. Except you don't have Onryo and you... Oh, we have Leonardo. Leonardo will do it. So actually, Patrick goes to the front. What am I doing? Patrick lead, Leonardo, new, and then Mikage. Yep. Yeah, let's see if I can get this team going. Oh, okay. So Leonardo is slow. So it's gonna be a little iffy. A little iffy, but if it doesn't work, we can always just retry. It's not too big of a deal. Let's see what we can get going. So Patrick, out of all your speed boosters, he might be one of your best options for like a main speed booster and arena. So I'm going to build him with arena in mind, and then depending on what we're able to get, may change things, may not. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and see what I can do, and then we'll decide what I can't do from there. If that makes any sense at all. All right, let's go with that. That. And then here, we're gonna go with opinion on him because that is the only speed relic you have. Okay, we'll worry about all that later. The wearer receives 5% surrender each time they resist a debuff. That's a really cool one, actually. The wearer's turn meter increases by 3% whenever the wearer. Okay. That's okay. That's the only thing that's applicable. Sure. Guess that works too. No, that doesn't even make sense on him. That was a wasted slot. Whatever. Let's see what we have when it comes to speed. So the highest speed that we have is a double roll on a rare. So let's try and get at least a triple roll. Please. Ah, that would have been incredible. Still got a whole bunch of other pieces we can roll. Oh boy. Okay, there's a double. Can we get the triple? No. Nope. What's that last one? Come on, bro. Show me at least a triple. Like, triple shouldn't be hard to get. It's like 300 on my account. What's one? Okay. Oh, come on. Quit teasing me with these triple rolls if you're not going to give me the speed. There's a double. Train's loud as fuck. Alrighty. So now we're just going to go to special sets and 5-star, and if we can't get anything there, we'll reroll. Get a double and a good set, I'll take it. Nope. Nope. Alright, do we have any mythic rerolls? We have one. It is worth trying. Seeing if we can find something. That's a double. That is not a triple. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we ended up with nothing. That's cool. But the best option out of all of these is going to be probably this one. We'll take that and see what we can find. It's only a double roll, so it's definitely on the lower side of things, but we'll try. Okay, let's see what our fastest speed options are. This Mikage boot is very good. Okay, I guess we're gonna look at the other things first. So we've got a quad right there. We got a triple right there. We have a quad right there on Fina. We're gonna take that off of Fina. We'll go replace it with something. Um, what else do we have? We have a triple here. I think it would be best to get a speed piece here or a divine speed piece. Hmm. All right, so we're actually gonna take these. And then this last piece, that makes it okay, that makes things really awkward. So we can either go with a we have protection, we have speed, we have divine speed. Okay, so what is the best piece? Okay, so this is a quad, right? No, it's a triple. This is a quad, this is a quad, this is a triple, this is a triple. So either one of these can be replaced with something. Got a double. So we can go 5 pieces out of this, or we can go 3 random, 2, 3, 3. What would be the least account affecting? Probably going like this and then just picking up 2 pieces. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll go like this. That's probably the best option. Or something we could do is what was our best protection banner actually? We already re-rolled that. We didn't get anything there. And then this one, if it, I mean, even one roll, dude. Okay, one roll. We are comparing 14 to 20. 14 to 20. This is going to beat it out because as long as we can get a, or okay, 13 to 20, we're still going to beat it out as long as we can get a +4. +3, +4. Awesome. So this is actually going to be higher speed because all we got to do is go here, take this, and then we're going to go back over here. And this allows for us to go to a, oh, don't. Wow. That is rough. Do we have pinpoint boots? No. Dang, that sucks. I thought I had figured that one out. Ah. I mean, it is a single roll. Which, okay, I was still right. It is faster. Just had to do things a little differently than I thought in my head, clearly. Okay, we'll take the +3 for now. It's no big deal. So with some decent glyphs, this is an over 400 speed build. Sounds pretty good to me. And with a bit of a better banner, you're well over 400 with this build. Yep. Just get some 6-star glyphs and you're cruising, brother. Very solid build here. Let's go ahead and just level him up a bit because Fire Knight hits incredibly hard. And so he's going up. He's good. Let's go back to Fina. Let's get her back in a working order. Oh boy. It's taking a little longer than I thought it would, but it's alright. I think we're seeing some really good results, which always makes the extra time versus what I initially thought it might take. It always makes it worth it when you're seeing some real results out of a takeover. Come on, speed. Oh, come on. Can't triple into something that isn't speed. That's messed up. Okay, we're actually gonna take this because it has some tank to it, which makes it a bit more valuable. How's your relic and gemstone look so far? It's okay. So I've done about 20 relic crafts, and I've gotten, I think, 2 mythic relics. So statistically, I'm doing awful, but compared to other people, not too bad. Like, I don't feel like too many people are getting incredibly lucky from them. I've done so many mythic crafts, and so often it's just nothing, 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 nothing. But it's alright. Eventually I'll get some more stuff. And actually, speaking of, I need to be doing live arena soon. I completely forgot, got sick, and dropped off on live arena. Fire Knight, there we are. Okay, yeah, Stagnite is a great option here. So if this doesn't work, Stagnite is the next best slot in. Newt. So that's the one we built. We like that. Now, I understand going with this. Oh, also, you said gemstone. I've gotten 1 boss slayer. I wish I had at least 3, but, you know, 1 is better than none, so semi luck hasn't been too bad there. Okay, let's go crit damage, crit rate, see what we have. Okay, we're gonna try and roll this up. Can we double the crit rate, please? Oh boy. Oh, we're running low on silver, actually. Okay. Alright, let's see. 5 stars, what are we rocking here? Not much. Hey, I could honestly press sell all and it would make sense at this point, but we're just going to sell all of the non-special sets. Everything from non-special sets is going. There's literally 0 reason. Unless it is a quad roll speed piece, there is 0 reason to keep it. Especially when you can do hard 10. I wish you could select by set in this, where you could just go, I don't want any special sets sold, but I want everything else gone. That would be very nice. Yo, what's up, Alpha? Okay, brother, get me back to the song I wanted. Now let me go to fucking the radio for this song. Oh, the song radio, dipshit. God, bro. Dude, I swear it's the hardest thing to get. Boss Slayer of all the mythic gems is it's so hard to get for some reason. Uh, Clearly just because they messed with the rates. At least I feel like they probably did. They probably messed with the rates if I had to guess. This Boss Slayer is just that much better than most of the other gems. I mean, Bloodthirster's really, really good, but only on specific champions. But Boss Slayer in general is, I'd say, the best gemstone. 22 mil, that's enough to finish this out. There we go. Oh, we'll take that. That's not bad. Speed. brother. You know that doesn't work. Alright, looking good on crit rate for the most part. So now we need to get accuracy, we need to get crit rate, we need to get crit damage, and we need speed. So we need a lot of stuff. It's a little heavy. Let's take this one because now we're good on accuracy. We don't need any accuracy, but we need speed. This one has crit rate, speed, and crit damage, and has accuracy. So now we need speed, crit rate, and that's the main thing is speed and crit rate. So let's go heavy speed, heavy crit rate. If we can, we are 1% off. That is so sad. From an epic craft? What the hell, bro? I don't think I've seen anybody except Grim Reaper get a mythic from anything under a legendary. And even then, I haven't seen anybody get something from a legendary, but like, I just assume that it's happened quite a few times. Okay, we'll take that for now. Let's pick up a dagger here. Man, relics are such a good addition to the game. I absolutely love that relics were added. Like, maybe I don't love them for where I'm at in the game, but for early game players, dude, relics have been such a massive game changer. Like, on the craziest level. It's truly incredible. And there's like there's a couple just incredible early level ones, like the dagger and the book, that just make everything so much easier for earlier game players. Helps with progression a whole lot. And Chimera isn't hard early on. Oh boy, we're struggling here. Need some better luck on these. It's all good. If we do have, we don't have. Saw someone get it from a blue craft. Yeah, I saw Grim Reaper get one from a blue craft, which is just crazy. Alright, let's just shoot for... I think Relentless is probably the way to go. Relentless, highest speed that we can get in Relentless is what I want to go with. I'll take that. And then whatever the highest speed that we have is, we're going to have to take. So we're still pretty slow. Take that. And we need a speed set piece. Oh, do we not have any? Are they already taken up for the most part? Are these just unroll? Oh boy, we really just aren't lucky. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna manual it, see if it's possible, and then from there I can decide how to run it on auto. Now, things like Live Arena will make this a lot better. If we are not able to do it already, Live Arena will fix that. Live Arena is a very, very big gap that we are trying to play around at the moment with this team. So, man, Leonardo, what a champion. Can you guys hear my keyboard? It doesn't seem like it, at least not much. Uh, so it seems like we might have to use a boost. You can? Okay. I got a new keyboard, and it's a lot less annoying sounding than my last one. But Crown of Corruption? Oh, wasn't that one like busted when it first came out? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they nerfed it 2 days later. That's rough. But it's still good, right? I'm pretty sure that's still a pretty solid relic. Nerfed or not. It just used to give like an ungodly amount of speed, if I remember. Oh, this was easy. Wow. I mean, we definitely do enough damage to do stage 6. Stage 6, we made easy work of this. Now, higher stages, I'm not sure. Yeah, cool. All right, stage 6, easy. Now, 10, I don't think so. Is it even worth trying to go up to 10 right now? I don't think so. I think stage 6 is good, is a very solid place to be. So we're gonna let Padraig do really whatever he wants in this first wave. We are going to shut off both of his abilities in the second wave. We're then going to make him go first here. Um, we don't want him to do any of that anywhere. Just turn off Blessed Bash. Turn off. Uh, we're actually on this newt. We're gonna turn this off there, and then yeah, that's fine. Mikage, she doesn't need to swap forms. Our champions are tanky enough. We're not gonna leave that on because we need that. Actually, no, she can open with it. That's fine. But and then we need to turn off her A2 here. All right, let's try this again. Made my Siffy 4, it made 400, about 450. Holy crap. Yeah, no, it definitely needed a nerf, but I can understand how that could be frustrating. Like, when they do that, they really need to compensate the players that have, like, that, the relic or the champion. If they ever nerf things, they need to compensate. Uh, okay, I'm gonna assume Patrick's fine to do that. Because I think they're gonna take enough turns where it won't matter. They have decreased attacks, so they're doing a lot less damage. We're also resisting everything, so... Yeah, alright. So Waves is a perfectly safe uh cruise, I guess. I mean, there's nothing, it's not even kind of scary. Nothing can really go wrong here. Alright. Now we're through to the boss in about a minute. It's a little slow, but there's definitely been worse runs out there. Knock back the turn meter, start doing some damage, I guess. We get the 2 big nukes, and then we just wait, pretty much. There we go. Leonardo doing a big old hit right there. Yeah, it's safe. It's going to be 100% run. Unless we get like 33% in a row. It would take really bad RNG to lose this. No team with a newt is ever 100%. If you're banking off of his turn meter reduction, but I mean it's fine. There we go. 2 minutes. Got a very, very, very consistent team there that you can farm with. Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, 2 minutes for Friday Night Hard isn't hateful. I think my team's about 40 seconds. I think. I might be way off with that. It might be about a minute. I mean, but a minute's still not hateful. All right. So that leaves just this Hydra team for now, meaning we need to get these champions built. And then we need to make sure it works. All right, so we got Draco. And then I'm going to go hate my life playing League of Legends. Because why not? Because why not? Do we have 6-piece Pharaoh? If we don't, I'm just... Okay, we do. We actually do have 6-piece Pharaoh. So I am going to make this work. I'm gonna go that plague of a game. Okay. He's not gonna be doing damage anymore. It's kind of a side effect, but it'll be fine. Maybe we can still pull some crit stats out, like just crit rate is fine. It doesn't need to have crit damage as long as he has War Master and can pull the tiniest bit of damage for whenever Leonardo gets eaten. That's really what we're worried about. That's not a great piece. That did not roll great. Don't love that. Do we have anything with speed and crit rate? We don't have a reviver, do we? So we have to give him some survivability. It's a very big, like, requirement for this team. And we do need the accuracy, so that's good. Dear Lord, this song is rough. Let's change that. I wish I could just play music. Like, I wish it wasn't all this, like, copyright stuff. If I, like, left it up on screen, what's playing? Wish you could do that. But I, I've dealt with I've dealt with my fair share of copyright issues, so I've just stopped playing any music. No. There we go. Extension, crit rate, crit damage, go like that, pick that up, bring it down, methodical. Alright, I guess we're gonna go with another dagger. Might need to craft some more daggers, not gonna lie. It's seeming like these have been used a whole lot on the account. Alright, we're gonna leave that be. It's alright. Archer. This one has the higher soul, so we're gonna go with this one. Definitely needs taken apart. We're gonna try and get some damage out of it. If we're able to or not. Oh. Guess the game will decide on that. So if there is Slayer on the account, we're gonna go with Slayer. If there's not Slayer, then we're not. Alright, there's no Slayer. So we're gonna go Relentless. It's just the best option for her. Okay. Some crit rate, some crit damage. We need defense, percentage, chest plate. with some crit stats, or we'll just focus on this other gear. Alright, we're gonna grab this. Take that. So we're gonna go with defense percent with, yeah, just focus on what it's already focused on. We would like it in a set like Feral. Okay, that's okay. We'll go with that. It's a fine piece. And then we need something like this. Actually, that'll work. And then here we're gonna go with accuracy, and then we're gonna look for defense percent like that. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need it to be too fast. Ooh, that would be great, but we're gonna leave that piece alone. And then we're gonna go defense percent. We're gonna take this one from the other one, and we're gonna be looking pretty good. Now here, again, we're gonna go with another Malefic Talon. Alrighty. Another Malefic Talon up. Fine there, fine there. Let's favorite that. We didn't favorite Dracos. Let's make sure we go and do that, just for sake of organization. And then we're going to go to Pinthroi. So I know Pinthroi needs booked. Let's go ahead and get him booked. We're going to look for... We actually need him fully booked, besides his A1. So we're going to try and avoid his A1. Alright, so we're just going to fully book him now. Right, there we go. So we were able to save one book. That's great. He doesn't have all of his masteries quite yet. The things we need are here and here. Whatever. We're just gonna do it. We haven't used too many gems so far. I'm gonna try and make sure we get this done. I want the team to be functional as of now. Don't want to have to wait for it to be functional. We want Pinthroi with a book. It's the best thing for him to have. Oh, goodness. I also need to do 3v3. I'm about to fall out. We want 6-piece protection. I meant 9-piece protection. We would like accuracy. Yep, there we go. And then we're just going back to protection. 9 pieces. That means we can get plenty of damage boost for Leonardo. And then hopefully that damage boost helps when Leonardo gets eaten so that we can make up for him getting eaten. We can get him back out. Just any speed boot. There we go. Oh, brother. These days are tough on me to talk for this long. I don't know why I struggle so much to talk for hours at end. Hours on end, whatever. I knew what I meant. We need a lot more accuracy, but we need a lot more speed too, so that's great. And then this last piece can be pretty much anything, whatever we need it to be, which we need it to be something. None of these are anything. These are all just trash. That's trash. That's trash. This is trash unless we re-roll into something. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Nope. Triple roll into nothing. This one could be something. Triple accuracy. I'd rather re-roll into for triple speed. Triple crit damage. This one... Alright, we're just going to take this because it has speed. You know, maybe he puts out a tiny bit of damage if Leonardo gets eaten, so we'll take it. We're gonna max this out to make sure we get the crit damage. And then at this end, we're gonna go like this. See if we can come back and get some glyphs into accuracy on literally anything. No, we can't. All right. So we're gonna actually swap out this journal for an accuracy. Yeah, one of these, 51 accuracy. That should take us to be pretty solid. And then Penthroy, we like Harmonic Impulse on him, I believe. So let's go test out the team. And then this will be, that'll be it for now. We might need to swap Fina to be lead. Which if we do, that's fine. So what this is, go with this, turn meter boost, more turn meter boost, block buffs, decrease defense weaken, and then we get out the Hex and Provoke. Then Leonardo can start by smacking. Yep, that was certainly a solid hit. Then we can reset already. And then we'll just keep buffing up. Oh, we didn't even have increased defense for that hit, actually. That's kind of funny. Decrease speed. Try and put out some poisons to do a little extra damage. Holy shit. I mean, come on, guys. That is incredible for how far into the fight we are. Alright, let's see this big ol' hit. Hell yeah. Oh, Leonardo, brother. What a champion. What a champion. Get some decreased speeds out, some hexes out. Gotta wait to cycle back around. Donatello. There we go. Let's get our increased defense back up. Let's throw some extra buffs on everybody. Buff ourselves back up. Should be fine, but I just want to make sure. Let's put the hex out if we can. Man, we have weak hit every single time against this set over here. It's wild. Alright, big ol' smack. There we go. Now, I know we won't get to do it again, but hey, this team works. For a backup team, zero complaints for me. I mean, we've already almost one keyed in the first cycle of the team. Yeah. I mean, this will do at least a few 100 million damage. Or a couple. Yeah, I'd say you can assume about 300 mil. That's my best educated guess. It's about 300 mil. And it should be pretty auto-friendly. You know, after me saying that, I should... Let's see. So, 1, 2... We're going to open with this, but then we're going to focus this. I'm going to throw this in as open, but then we'll let her decide. We'll go main here, and then Penthroy, we're going to go 1, 2. Let's see, I'm curious. Where 66... 42. Okay, come on. Why are we losing so quickly? We should have enough damage between everybody else with War Master procs and stuff to break him out. What in the world? Let's try one more time. I don't know why it's failing so quickly. We'll do one last try, but with final lead, because it could be a speed issue. That's very, very likely. Let's try. So with her lead, Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about right there. Adam, do you want me to go ahead and keep this, bro? So you just don't have to worry about brutal? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, brother. Well, I hope you're happy with the takeover so far. Like I said, just farm up some Fire Knight and then, in a week or two, we'll come back to Chimera, get this done for you, and that'll conclude the takeover. But for now, I think this is a fantastic place to leave off. You got a really, really good Nightmare and Brutal team for Hydra. We have an outline for a Chimera team, somewhat. We have a Fire Knight and a Sand Devil team, both pretty much 100%. Sand Devil is 100%. Fire Knight's like a 99.9%. And then Classic Arena, yeah, you've gotten a lot of improvements just now. I mean, let's throw it in here for you so you can just have some fun with it. Um, let's find the team here. So we would just go here. We throw in Leonardo, and then I mean, it's probably just be Armand's. Speaking of Armand's, just to throw it on there for fun. Just throw an Armand's build together for you, bro, to make him worth using. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. You can farm up some lethal gear while you're at it, just to make sure that we're trying to get the best gear that we can from everywhere. Let's see. Of everything, we don't have much. Got a triple speed right there. That's actually amazing. Now let's see if we can. Yep, we do have pinpoint. So we have this. And then let's see, accuracy. We would like stone skin, but if we can't go stone skin, it's okay. So accuracy, the fastest we have is going to be this, or no. So it is just going to be this. Let's see, fastest speed. There's a triple right there in stone skin. Okay, it's tempting. Maybe we can make the stone skin happen. It's the stone skin dream. We only need one more piece, because I do believe we have accessories. Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's swap over here. What the fuck is this, bro? Okay. Stone skin. Best piece is going to be right here. 22 speed. It's not too slow. Alright. Now boots. Mother side bell. Give me those. And then... Okay. No, we have enough. We have enough. I don't need that. Let's just see. Let's see what we have. Here we go. Alright, so now we've ended off this with a solid arena team as well. Mostly stone skin team. Increase accuracy, increase speed. Solid speeds on everybody. More buffs. And we have the reset where we just get to cycle mid-fight and we win. This is very, very low level arena though, so it's not like we get to show off against any really cool teams, but hey, it's good nonetheless. Oh yeah. What a fun champion. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna be heading out for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did enjoy it at all, please leave a like. I will be trying to do some more streams, some more uploads very soon. Now that I am feeling better. Um, but yeah, Adam, I hope you're happy with the turnout with all this, dude. I think it's been great. At least in my opinion, I believe it's been pretty great. But yeah, guys. Have a great night. If you're not already in my Discord, you can join through the link in the description. There you can find some account work for yourself, great community, all that fun stuff. Have